orang luar. So it's Kajol Curry House. Okay. So again, for this one, you can see that sometimes some clues will give you a secondary clue. Alright, when they say cari makan, so it will be, of course, restaurants or cafes and all these things. Okay, so you don't really look for clinics and all these things. So it helps you from there already. Okay. Alright, anagrams will be one of the few tougher ones where you actually take the same words. Okay, like Eric. Anyone with the name Eric here? Okay, Eric, E-R-I-C. If you mix it up, Eric, you can get rice, R-I-C-E. Okay, using the same letters. So here goes. Eat here, how are, confusing. So the keywords for anagrams are to indicate something new. Okay, when you are confused, you might want to do something different. So it's also indicating that. Alright, so let's say you take the word from the question, how are, confusing. So you mix up how are, okay? So you can get our, okay? And it's a restaurant. Okay? It's using the same letters as our, okay? Alright, another one here. Makanan di sini mungkin sama sedap. Okay? So sama sedap, mungkin is an anagram clue. Alright, so when you mix up sama sedap, what can you get? Ah, yes, asam pedas. I think everyone dah hungry lah. Asam pedas. Okay, so this is how anagram works. So addition to form new words. Okay, this is one more category. Okay, I at the end will give you a food for your taste buds. They'll be good. Again, it will be a restaurant, right? So when you go down the road, you see restaurant kak. Because if you add the I at the back, it's kaki. Kaki is also a food. Okay? Alright. So we'll test you this next coming Saturday. Ayo, kepala pening tadi. Okay. Alright, so some additional examples. Bless you. When do you say bless you? When you sneeze or you make the sound?
Achoo.
Achoo. Correct. Achoo. Alright. Okay, extra hard-working family. Okay, this one. Restaurant keluarga 25 jam. Extra hard-working. Alright, a blind manager. So when you're blind, you cannot see, right? So your manager is your superior or boss, correct? So boss, no eyes. Okay? Alright, one more. This is a sounds like. So when we say sounds like, it's the one that, it's not spelled correctly. So sounds like they don't make profits here. When you don't make profits, you are rugi or in bahasa, loss. Tak untung, correct. Here you go. Kaya iban tak untung. Okay? It's pronounced that way. It sounds that way, okay? This one is actually in Bentong, okay? You might see it when you're there, alright? Okay, treasures. So we'll teach you how to crack some treasures here. Okay, it's basically you'll be given from the start, then you're supposed to try to complete it and purchase the items in. Won't cost much, it's just basic goods that you can get from the stores, okay? So you'll go like this, right? You will have phrases and all. So winter, spring, summer or fall, a word that describes a brand liked by all. Bring me a below zero version of a favorite brew, make it a lemon flavor and full points will be your due. So this is how we break it. Winter, spring, summer or fall would be seasons, right? 4 seasons. So a below zero version, below zero, is ice. So you turn the ice. A favorite brew there will be coffee or tea, right? So you take tea, alright? Because lemon flavor cannot be lemon flavor coffee, right? So here you go. This is what you want, alright? Seasons, ice lemon tea. Alright? Okay, next one. Bring me an edible planet that is sweet and tasty. So something sweet and tasty. planet? Yes. Mars. Okay? Wow, this lady here very good. Alright, one more sample. Cuma lihat dalam ayat-ayat ini. Orang biasa suka minum minuman ini. Kalau lihat dengan mata sendiri, entah-entah apa yang akan ditemui. So if you look inside the word, okay, it's inside here itself on the left. Okay? Okay? Alright, so the clues here, okay, you gotta catch all the keywords inside, okay? Then you have to work together as a team and break it.
That's all done treasure.
Alright, so that's all for the questions. Also good? All okay? Yes. Sometimes it will be indicated there. Bring a certain like can or packet or certain, you have to read the questions. Yeah. If it's not indicated, then it's fine. Okay? Sometimes we do, sometimes we are open then. Yeah. Alright, tulips. Okay, here goes. Tulips are given in kilometers, okay? And they have slight variance in distance because when we use our car, okay, we might use kancil, so smaller tire, then you'll use bigger car, bigger tires. So you might run a bit, okay? So don't worry, we give enough landmarks to indicate the junctions and so forth. So here goes, you have this, okay? Just follow this first, because it's different than the one that you have inside your notes. Alright, so there are 6 columns, alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The most important column will be the number 5 to tell you how far you have gone, okay? So how to read? So you reset your trip meter at 0 to 0, okay? And the start, okay? Let's say this is, you're coming out from a hotel, okay? So where you trip, this is your car, okay? The dot, okay, is your car. This dot is your car. This dot is your car, alright? Always at the bottom one, okay? So you trip 0 when you cross the lobby, okay? Then how far you go? You drive 0.7, which is 700 meters, okay? 700 meters, you should come to this junction. Alright, the junction, where do you go? It's a traffic light junction, okay? Those dots are traffic lights. You turn left, okay? So turn left, you will trip 0 when you turn. Okay? So driver, know where your trip meter is. If you're Vios or something like that, your trip meter is outside. But driver, don't put your hand in between when you're trying to turn, then you like get stuck. Okay? So know how to use your trip meter as well, okay? So from tulip 2, okay? So you trip 0 there, and then no questions yet because the 4th column is empty, okay? So you still continue 1.1, which is 1.1 km. Alright, you come to the next junction, you should start looking for questions 1, 2, and 3 because from the next junction onwards, okay, when you turn left from Jalan Perdana, okay, you have question 1, 2, and 3. For how long?
400 meters.
Yeah, 400 meters, that's right. Until you reach Kedai Telekom, okay? So let's say you found question 1 and 2. And you already arrive at Kedai Telekom. Okay, so basically 3 is between your question 2 and Kedai Telekom, so you have to go back. Okay? But of course, drivers, make sure when you U-turn and all, make it legal, okay? Don't do any illegal stuff, okay? Alright, so let's continue. So basically, when you read the tulips, you read from left to right. Okay? And look at the tulip number here, alright? So on that day, we'll give you your emergency contact number. Okay, anything you can call that number. Okay, call if you get lost. Don't call for answers. All right. So how you tell us is like, okay, my last tulip is number 4. You know. Then after that, I got lost. So we'll try to direct you if possible. Okay. All right. So let's continue. Tulip 4 from Kedai Telekom. There is one question. Question 4, for 500 meters until you reach this junction on number 5. Okay? You trip 0, let's say this one has a double junction. Alright, so you trip from the first junction. Okay? So I'll show you the few other ways to trip when you are reaching a certain junction. So like a Y, you trip at the Y, okay, when you start the turn to the left. Alright, so let's say it's just a break-off road, so you just trip when you turn off. Alright, so let's say tulip 8, traffic light junction, right check, so you have to turn right. Okay, so you trip as you're gonna turn right. Then that's question number 5 for 400 meters. And then let's say a left junction, just trip when you're turning. Roundabouts, okay, roundabout no matter how big or small, trip as you're entering the roundabout. Then go left. Okay? Normally roundabouts, we will not give you any questions in there because we don't want you to turn round and round and round. Okay? So in any case, if there is a question, okay, in any case, alright, you will be after you do the turn. Alright? Like this one, you turn left, then you need to start looking for your answers. Alright? So same thing with the bridge. Okay? The one you see the two don't know what you call that. So that's the bridge, okay? So bridge, after you cross the bridge, then only look for answers. Okay? Don't look for answers on the bridge. Okay? So 12. Okay, 12, if you see with this is we call it the escape route. Some junctions you have that. It means you don't need to stop for the traffic light. So you can just, as you are gonna turn in there, you just trip. Okay? Alright. I guess that's all. Any questions, guys? Yes.